Good evening and welcome to the Business Day. I'm Javon Keys. Now, global ratings agency Fitch has revised upward the country's default rating from stable to positive. Now, this outlook by the agency suggests increased confidence in the local economy. Fitch has moved up Jamaica's default rating from B to B+. This indicates a positive outlook for the country and an improved position to pay its debt. Fitch says the revision is linked to the consistent debt repayment despite the COVID-19 pandemic shock. The country's economic stability and institutional frameworks were also credited for the improvement. Fitch also took note of the new IMF facilities approved at the start of this month with fairly low rates of interest and says the country will have no need to issue external debt on the global financial markets. Despite the improved outlook, the agency says deep structural weaknesses, including a high crime rate, low productivity, and weak data on some population groups have constrained the outlook. By the end of this year, it forecasts a further reduction in general government debt to GDP, reaching 80% and then 70% in 2026. It says, however, meeting the government's 60% debt to GDP ratio by 2028 looks challenging. Sizable primary budget surpluses are expected to be the key driver of the debt decline. Fitch says the country has strong and stability-oriented fiscal and economic policies, which is reflected in improved budget balances. However, higher commodity prices continue to affect the country's external sectors, including remittances. And while it says Jamaica has seen pandemic recovery, real growth will reach 2.3% this year, a downward projection. GDP output is expected to reach 2% in 2024. While inflation is expected to continue falling, Fitch says the country remains vulnerable to external shocks. To some company news now, National Commercial Bank NCB has launched a new digital payment product. NCB Pay allows cashless and contactless transactions to take place at participating merchants. Now, General Manager of NCB's Payments and Digital Channels Division, Daniel Cameron Duncan, says the application allows users to link their physical payment cards to a digital wallet on their smartphone. Now, the smartphone may be used at compatible point-of-sale POS terminals or near-field communication NFC-enabled payment devices to make payments via the NCB Pay app. Now, the system works similar to Apple and Android Pay in the United States and other more developed countries. Ms. Cameron Duncan says this is another step in the payment ecosystem, especially as contactless transactions have become more popular. The current version of the application is only available for Android smartphones. However, NCB says the iOS version is being worked on. Into the currency market now, the US dollar is being sold for an average $154.03. $112.76 is the selling rate for the Canadian dollar, while the pound is going for an average $183.27. That's 17 cents less than yesterday. The pound is trading for $164.59, $1.69 lower than Monday's trading. To the stock market, the JSE index declined by 1,240 points today, while the junior market index advanced by 10 points. Among the winners were JPS 7% shares, Iron Rock Insurance, Epley Caribbean Property Fund SCC, Paramount Trading Jamaica, and Mayberry Jamaican Equities. The losers included Palace Amusement, MPC Caribbean Clean Energy, Main Event Entertainment Group, iCreate, and Kingston Wharves Limited. And that's the Business Day. I'm Javon Keys. Good evening.